So here's my advice for you. You ready?
Yeah.
4 things. Tonight when you go to bed, have a smile on your face. Tomorrow morning when you get up, have a smile on your face. Tomorrow morning when you go to the line, have a smile on your face. And tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning later when you cross the line, have a smile on your face.
Yeah, I think I finally remember why I run.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So here we go.
That's how I feel right now.
Exactly.
For the first time in a really, 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 really long time, I'm actually like really excited.
I could tell from your last podcast there. I watched that. And I could see it.
I don't even feel like I'm running a marathon tomorrow, which is a little weird, but also kind of reassuring.
How about this? You're just running 26.2 miles.
That's kind of what it feels like. And yesterday when I sat with my coach and we did all the breakdown and stuff, I mean, I never thought I would get to this point where I was like, yeah, doable.
Yeah, it is.
That's a long run.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's and some people would say it's 26 1-mile runs.
Yeah, which is I mean, I don't even yeah, I have no words. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if I can do it, but I think I can.
And all you can do is find out. So
We'll find
there
out.
you go.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
It is crazy that I've never got into a race so less prepared. Like I think I'm absolutely prepared, but it has been very different than the last couple times. But I've never
Isn't that a
felt
good thing?
more confident. Yeah, it's bananas.
So here's my advice for you. You ready?
Yeah.
4 things. Tonight when you go to bed, have a smile on your face. Tomorrow morning when you get up, have a smile on your face. Tomorrow morning when you go to the line, have a smile on your face. And tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning later when you cross the line, have a smile on your face.
Yeah, I think I finally remember why I run.
And that was going to be my next question. Why do you run?
Because I love it.
Okay. And what makes you remember that you love it? What happens or what makes you think about remember that?
I was kind of talking to Sam about this today. I think for so long I felt like I had a chip on my shoulder and I really had to prove that I deserved to be there, like not just for me, but for everyone who felt the same way as me. And I finally came to the realization like, oh no, I don't care about anyone who doesn't want me there. Like I'm allowed to be there. I'm allowed to take up space. I love it. You love it. We can all exist together. I had my like Aaron Burr post shooting Hamilton moment.
So if you had to come up with one word to describe all that feeling of freedom that you don't have to worry about anybody else's expectations and just that you love running and this is going to be running in your home city and everything about it's just exactly what you want. What's the one word or phrase you'd use to describe that?
It would first be grateful. I'm
Okay.
grateful that I get to be in New York City and live here and be a part of this community. But then it's like empowered.
Okay.
I feel so strong that I can do these things and that I choose to do these things. And then joy. Like it is genuinely fun to suffer.
Okay.
I mean,
So
I know
anytime,
tomorrow's gonna be really painful.
but isn't that's just what running a marathon's all about? It's going to be painful.
Yeah, and there's like not an ounce of me that is like brace for impact. It's kind of like bring it.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm
I
so
think
excited.
that's what an endurance athlete has to go through. I'm
Yeah.
subjecting myself to 3 hours and 41 minutes of hell, but I want to. I
Yeah,
love
and I'm not looking for like different ways to avoid it or distract myself from it or worry about it or try to compartmentalize it. I'm just kind of like, all right, we're in this together,
it. Okay.
which is
But here-
crazy.
So what I want you to do is to boil that down to maybe 2 or 3 words that you can fit on the back of your hand. And I want you to write them down with a Sharpie. And anytime you even come close to forgetting, why you're doing this or how much fun you're having. Just look at that. Grateful, empowered, joy, you know, or whatever. What was the third one? Grateful, joy. It was,
Joy.
yeah, yeah. You know, and just remind yourself a visible cue that says, "This is why I'm doing this. Get back at it." Does that make sense?
Totally.
Do
I
it on
just
both.
feel really good. It's crazy.
Don't question it. You've earned it.
I know. I just was like, wow, you should really be this stunned by it.
Well, I mean, you've earned it. I mean, you've worked. Look at how hard you've worked. Remember, we're going to Boulder for Thanksgiving this year, and so
Yeah.
it reminds me of the wedding and the conversations we had back then, and just how far you've come to call
Yeah.
yourself a runner now, and that you should be grateful for. I mean,
Yeah.
all the work that you've done, and you should feel empowered, and you should be joyful. I mean, how better? What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow?
Perfect.
There you go.
It's insane. Everything is like, what's really exciting is BQ or not, I don't feel that pressure to prove anything. You know, like I just have a plan, and we have a second plan, and then we have a third plan. And, you know, either way, it's exactly what you're trying to get me to understand going into London, you know, is like I don't question any of it, and I understand it. And I get that, like, what the point of hitting all those different points in my roadmap and all that plan that I've made for tomorrow, and why everything's so important and the moments are important, and not 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile, 4 mile, 10 to go, 10K to go. It's pretty awesome.
So I think what's happened, and this is the final sort of step across the bridge, is that now rather than BQ or bust being an outcome or an a goal, it's the process, it's the journey. You've re-identified it now as the journey is BQ or bust, and if tomorrow is the end point because you make the time, great. If it's not, you decide whether you want to keep going and where the next checkpoint can be.
Yeah.
The journey, it's a journey now. It's not a destination.
They changed the times, like the qualifying times this year, and in a way it was the best gift I've ever been given, because it kind of took the pressure of you have to make this happen off, which never was there to begin with, but it was some weird thing that I put on myself. And it took me weeks of like really fighting with this to be like, oh yeah, this isn't about the time. It's about the work that I've put in,
Exactly.
and I know it, and I talk about it time and time and time and time and time again, but I don't think I've ever 100% believed it, and I felt how it is true. But there's always something in me that felt a need to prove myself.
Yeah, and the problem is everybody around us does that to us. You know, everybody wants to know, what are you aiming for? What's your goal? What do you think you're going to accomplish? Can you make it? And the truth is, when you go to the line, and you said this in the podcast that I had said this before, when you go to the line, you're a winner already. You know?
Yeah, I love it's like that is easily one of the best things I've ever heard described about running, because that is exactly it. Like when it boils down to it, that is it.
Yeah,
It's not a participation medal. You win.
yeah. I mean, I sure as heck can't run 26.2 miles and, take me 3 days, so, or more. So, yeah, you've already accomplished. Just getting in the line tomorrow, you've accomplished everything you need to. And
Is there any advice you have, like for the morning, other than smiling, which I can absolutely knock out of the park?
yeah, no, I mean, and when you smile, it's so genuine and so real that I think that, the action of smiling just changes your whole outlook on life, you know?
It's
So
true.
you have a routine, you know what you do. You've raced enough times now where you know what works for you and what you need to do, and just stay focused on the things you need to do. Don't get ahead of yourself. You know, enjoy every moment of it, because, you know, it's going to be fun at the beginning, and it's going to get harder than hell, and it's going to be fun at the end again.
Yep.
And it's all just part
And
of it.
sheet cake.
Yeah. Obviously give yourself time to get awake and get your body moving and do all your stretching and rolling out and everything you do, and then smile.
It's great. This is such a great feeling. I never thought I would get this again.
Yeah.
I just remember how terrified I was before Chicago, and then how like full of dread I was going into London.
Well, I think your PT helped you a lot.
Oh yeah.
Took you up and said, "Girl, you're worrying about something you don't need to be worrying about anymore."
She recorded a video with me on Thursday. She was like, "You just need to watch this 40 times before you start." It's her being like, "Let it go.
Exactly.
You aren't hurt."
Well, and okay, so this is working with a marathon swimmer, an endurance swimmer, and he trains with one of the best swimmers in the world. So he's constantly thinking about how do I catch up with him? How do I race as well as he does? And every time he thinks about that, he slows down. So when his training partner's not there, he's faster than heck. When his training partner comes, he gets slower. So he's racing this weekend, and I saw him on Thursday, and I'm going back on Sunday, and I'm going to bring a big old stuffed monkey with me, and I'm going to hand it to him and say, "Put this on your back, and get ready to swim." And he's going to me, "What, are you crazy?" I said, "Well, I'm taking this monkey off your back now. Now go swim." And I think that's what I want you to be able to do is, take that monkey of past experiences, of injuries, just take that monkey and throw it away, and just go have fun, smile.
Yeah. Do the work that I've already done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've already won.
I totally feel like it.
You've come to the eve of the race. Everything's lining up for you. Go have fun.
This is how I feel after how I felt after Chicago.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I felt. I think that's probably the last time I felt it.
Okay. And that's the journey that you've been on, is to get back to the place where, I mean, you were blissfully ignorant at that point, I think.
Totally.
And halfway through that race, you were like, "Oh shit, what have I got myself into?" And then
Yeah.
you finished so nicely that you couldn't help but have a good feeling.
Now I understand like good things come to those who wait. Like I do think this is something that requires so much practice.
Yep.
And it sucks because it's the marathon and it takes months and months and months of work. And then you may not get, like it could be hot and all these horrible things could happen and you just like lose. It's exactly what you said about the Olympics. Like these people give up their lives for years and then anything could happen. Food poisoning, heat. I never thought I would get this back.
Choose to be happy.
I had a bunch of people come up to me today to talk about how you've helped them so much.
Oh, thank you.
So that's pretty rad.
Yeah, no, it's fun talking to you now because I see how far you've come, and where you're at today compared to where you were when you started, and the ups and downs that you've been through. And
It is so much fun watching the videos. I'm so glad I did it.
yeah, what I like is that you'll go up for a while and you'll have a dip, and then you'll go up, but you'll go up and you'll always be higher than you were at your highest point before. So
Yeah.
you've just journeyed your way up to where you need to be.
It's just been I never in a bajillion years would have anticipated that this is what it was going to be like.
Yeah, who would have? Who could have?
And it's so funny that like the thing that I was most afraid of going into it was the physical elements. And now having gone through it for the last like 2.5 years, like this part of it was just like the hardest part.
Of course, yeah. But how would you know that? I mean,
How would I have known that?
you wouldn't.
It's baffling how different I am, how much I've learned along the way.
Hallelujah.
Crazy.
I'm happy for you. There's nothing else to say.
I think before this happened, like when people used to say that, I'd kind of be like, okay, cool, thanks, and run away, not really wanting to hear it because I don't think I really understood what was going on. And I knew from like the first time we started talking and how those changes were starting to unfold that I was changing in a really strong and powerful way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really starting to enjoy what training for this goal was doing for me, but I didn't know what to do with that pressure. And I just felt it as pressure. instead of just like being grateful that we're all changing together and this is a gift.
Send that monkey back to the zoo.
Yeah, exactly. But easier, yeah, like I don't think I would have gotten here had that London ordeal not have happened.
Mm-hmm. It all happens for a purpose. The universe makes no mistakes.
It's hard to be grateful for that though. But I am. I don't want to be.
Why not?
Because it was so shitty. It like
God.
really fucked a year of my life. It was hard not wanting to run ever, you know, because like I missed it, but like every time I went for a run, it felt heavy.
Right?
Everything felt heavy.
You just had to go through it
Yep.
to find out if you really just missed it or not. Now that you know you did, you run for the right reasons.
Yep.
Actually, I'm looking for a text or an email that I sent to your mom that I thought you would appreciate. For her birthday, I said, I've been thinking for a while now about how amazingly well Sam, Kelly, and Steve are doing in their lives. It occurs to me that the one thing they all have in common is you. You're staying true to yourself, regardless of the situation, has provided your family with the strength to go out and shape the world into something quite spectacular.
Oh my god, that's gonna make me cry.
Me too.
Oh.
But it's true.
Kaya. Yeah,
Is
she's
she
pretty
there?
rad.
Is she coming?
No, she's coming for Thanksgiving with my dad.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, I am eternally grateful. Like this really, I mean, you've given me some really powerful tools.
Very nice. There's my thank you.
You've changed my life, Uncle Bob.
Well, I would say you've done the same for me. Have a great time.
Thank you. Thank you really for everything. I mean, I can't imagine you not being a part of this.
Well, I can't either, and that's why I'm so excited for tomorrow.
It's going to be rad.
Ciao for now. Keep smiling.
All right, I love you so much. This much.
Same to you.
All right, I'll text you tomorrow afterwards and let you know how it went.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.